Alrighty, gonna be floating some equipment around today. Just bringing it back to the shop to do a little maintenance before the next job. I'm gonna be picking up a mini excavator and a skid steer. It's a 20-ton sure track. Air brakes, obviously. And my F750 is gonna be hauling it. Let this warm up and build up, and we'll be on our way. So we're all warmed up and we're ready to go. This was a small walkway job we did. It took like 2 days. Basically on every job, we bring 2 pieces of equipment, a excavator to dig and a skid steer to move around pallets. So it's really nice with this setup here, being able to haul 2 pieces of equipment at once. Back when I didn't have this truck and trailer, I'd have to get them, I'd have to go to the job 2 different times to grab 2 pieces of equipment. So obviously the 550 can't haul 2 things. Good if you had a 5th wheel, but obviously my dump trucks don't have that, so we have to go up haulage. So I usually keep this camera on here just to, you know, check my lines, check my chains, see what my pedal's doing. So I usually like to just keep that on. The reason why it's pointed so low is just obviously to hook up things. I don't really care about it being up any further, so it comes in handy when it's down low like this. So right now empty, we're actually like 24,000 pounds. So this truck is rated for 50,000 combined weight. So which means we can put about 26,000 pounds in this trailer and still be legal. Not 100% what they go off. This truck is gross combined weight is 50,000, but I have it registered 54. So I'm not 100% sure if I ever do get pulled over what they're going to go off, my registration or what the actual truck is. You have to actually look it up online to find out what the truck's rated for. I'm going to assume my registration, but if you know, please comment down below. I am so sick of construction. Basically, the town of Jay flooded and got destroyed overnight. We got like 11 inches of rain in an hour. So it's been non-stop construction, basically where I live and where I work. Absolute must-have in a dump truck, subwoofers.
Yeah. It's 7th grade and shit. I was smoking OG cushion, lemon haze and shit.
Just kidding, I actually hate rap. The guy I bought this truck from put subwoofers in it with kick-ass speakers. No idea why, but I guess I'm not complaining. I guess rap's okay once in a while, especially with subwoofers, but for the most part I like heavy metal. So the place I'm picking up the equipment is next door, but I don't want to park in the road, so I'm going to park over here. Nice big turn. So there, about a 5-minute drive to the job site. So there you got it. 4 points of contact on everything. The excavator actually needs 5, but I forgot my big chain. But it's pretty good in there. Also should be folded in. But yes, for an excavator you do need 5. But I got 4 on all of them. That's basically how we do it. The reason why these chains hook up to here is this D-ring is too thick to hook up onto this. So yeah, other than the bucket not being tucked in and not chained down, this is basically how I do it. Let's go see how much it weighs. So the biggest issue that I have with this truck is when you're fully loaded, the transmission kind of sucks, especially if you have the exhaust brake on. So basically my 550's, the exhaust brake, you have 2 different settings. You can have it for set automatically, so the exhaust brake will come on, just even if you are off the accelerator, it will still come on and downshift. Or you can have it manual, so every time you press the brake, the transmission will shift down and use your exhaust brake. This only has the automatic, it doesn't have the manual, so it's kind of a nightmare driving automatic because it will just downshift randomly when you're going down a hill, even if you don't want it to. So I typically tend to actually drive it in manual when I'm fully loaded on the trailer. I'm probably not gonna right now, just 'cause it's not very far away, but if it was a long trip, I'd be driving it manual. We're actually gonna go to the weighing station because I'm kind of curious for how much I weigh right now. Kind of a nightmare spot to pull out of. One thing I don't necessarily like about these trucks, I mean, they look good, but these big mirrors, they're a really bad blind spot. They're just so huge. I mean, they look great, but definitely a hazard. A lot of people put mirrors actually on the hood to get rid of the blind spots. So it's only just a little power stroke in this 750 here. I think it's like 330 horse or something like that. Could definitely use a bigger engine for, you know, trips like this, but it's not the end of the world. I used to have a Peterbilt, and that thing was much more gutless than this. Now the brakes are all right, but I mean, like anything, I just kind of wish they were a little bit more powerful. I know the 550s are just outrageously overbuilt for what they are and what they can haul. Those brakes will basically stop anything. Now this truck, on the other hand, you definitely have to keep your distance because the brakes aren't quite as powerful. So one thing really nice about this truck, just compared to all my other ones, is the heater and the AC absolutely crank on this. It gets so cold in here when you're running the AC, it's honestly unbelievable. There's so much fan power as well, just compared to my 550s and 350. This setup here has a pretty good ride, it's pretty comfortable, but if you go on a back road where there's a lot of bumps, it is an absolute nightmare. But if you're on you know, a good paved road, it's actually quite enjoyable. See the exhaust brake working really good there. Barely even touching my brakes. So we're at the scrapyard, and like I said, just curious for how much I weigh. I come here every once in a while, so the guy kind of knows me. I don't have any money, so hopefully he'll let me come back and pay him. $43,700. I don't have cash on me right now. Can I come back later?
Sure.
20 bucks?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
And you already know what you are empty? On
Yes.
this particular rig?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So there you have it. Almost 44,000 pounds. So if I want to, I could put another 6,000 pounds on this trailer legally, I think. And that's if I go by 50, not 54. And 1x54, I have a hell of a lot more weight on. So I got 5% tint here. Basically don't even need sunglasses in my trucks because of that. And I have like 25%, I believe, might be 20% on all my windows. Yeah, I know it's illegal, and yeah, I know it's probably going to suck plowing, but we don't do a lot of plowing with our trucks, mainly skid steers and stuff. So we do obviously do a lot of sanding and salting at night, but hopefully it won't be too bad. Usually we have our windows down all the time anyway, so it shouldn't be that bad. Fucking damn it, I hate these garbage guys. So overall, a pretty good truck for doing stuff like this. Just if I had it my way, I'd have two settings on the exhaust brake. That way it doesn't automatically just downshift on you just because you're going down a hill. I think that's wicked annoying. Literally have to drive it manual because of it sometimes. A little bit more powerful brakes, that'd be nice. But, you know, probably gonna say that about every kind of work truck, so it is what it is. A bigger engine would be great too. I think they used to put bigger Cummins in these trucks, or had that option. I do not believe that's an option anymore. I think they just go with power strokes. So we're going to be coming up on a pretty big hill, so I'll do a little hill test, see what my speed is when we first start versus when we're on top of the hill. Of course, more construction. So basically, if I'm not mistaken, this is the biggest single axle truck that you can get. Though you have some older ones like the GMC 8500s, I think they're like Top Kick or whatever. I think those are a little bit beefier, but as far as brand new, this is about the biggest single axles you can get. I think there's like one more step up, which is going to be rated for like 37, something around there. See, there's that automatic downshift. Like, I didn't want it to downshift. Now we come down a little, of course now we'll stop. So we basically came down a little tiny hill, and the truck just automatically just started downshifting on me, which is really annoying. So we're coming to that hill I was talking about. So this is right to the floor. 45, 50. So here comes that big hill. So we're going to start at the bottom at 57. Right in 6th right now. Holding at about 2100 RPM. Now about 18. Should be downshifting. Yep, there it goes. Now we're in 5th. 2600 RPM, doing about 44. So we lost 13 miles an hour on that hill, which isn't that bad. You know, my Peterbilt that I used to have would literally lose like 30 miles an hour there. You'd have to hit that hill at like 16, you'd be doing like 30 at the top. Peterbilt had a 10-speed in it, and it was like a southern truck where it's all flat, and I think it was just like a tractor back in the day, and just used to drive on the interstate, had a lot of miles. And I think the gears were, you know, kind of made for flat ground and not anything like up here. There, we're home.